Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Medical Classes by Dr. Srinidhi Kumar Acharya. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel and also please give your valuable comments. And also please look into the playlist where you can find all the subjects so far discussed in a very systematic way. Anyway, today we will have a short discussion on another important aspect, that is autoimmune disorders in Ayurveda. Now we know that nowadays autoimmune disorders are on the surge. If you look into the clinical practice, especially in children also, it's quite obvious that autoimmune disorders are dangerously increasing. In children, if you look into diabetes mellitus type 1, celiac disease, thyroid problems, so many blood related autoimmune disorders, so they are increasing day by day. Now we come to the concept of autoimmune disorders in Ayurveda. What actually Ayurveda explains about these autoimmune disorders and where? See, now when we talk about two types of vyadis, one is Nija Vyadi and another one is Agantuja Vyadi. Now when we talk about Nija Vyadis, it is produced from the doshas in the body. Agantuja Vyadi, where the causative factor is from the outside causative factor is coming and it is influencing the bodily doshas and hence there will be a disease. Autoimmune disorder is basically a problem related with our own body immune system. The external factor may be a triggering factor, but actually the disease is caused by some of the problems related to our own body immune system. Now, to explain it in detail, there are two types of inflammations which are actually present. One is infective inflammation and another one is non-infective inflammation. Infective inflammation means inflammation which occurs in the presence of an infection, some bacteria, some virus, or some other spirochetes, etc., parasites. So they are coming inside the body and causing the tissue damage, and hence there is formation of inflammation. This is called as infective inflammation. Another one is non-infective inflammation. Non-infective inflammation means there is inflammation inside the body but there is no infection. For example, this is actually the autoimmune disorders. About 10 or 15 days back, child had an infection which was cured now. And after completion of this infection now, as a result of this infection, the body immune system is get overexcited. And this infection is gone now. Infection is entered, it has done its work and it has gone, completely cured. But still, that infection hyper excites the body immune system, and as a result now immune system do some wrong things. Now immune system start destroying its own body cells, thinking that this is a bacterial cell or viral cell or whatever. As a result, it causes the destruction of its own body cells. For example, if streptococcal B infection takes place, streptococcal B infection has been taken place and that is also cured. And as a result of this, after 10 or 15 days, what happens is the hyper-excited body immune system, which produces so many antibodies against this particular group B streptococcal infection, now start attacking our own body cells, thinking that some of the structural components of the bacteria and structural components of that particular body cell is equal. Now we have got so many cells or proteins, carbohydrates in our body, which are also present in the cell wall of the different bacteria. So immune system is now failed to diagnose, is it a bacterial carbohydrate or protein or is it a body's own carbohydrate or protein. And as a result, it start attacking that, thinking that it is a bacteria, and once it attacks, the immune cells go there, and as a result the tissue damage takes place because of deposition, antibody antigen complex deposition, tissue damage takes place and inflammation start, and all the signs of inflammation will be there. But this is called as non-infective inflammation. There is no actually infection now. Remotely infection may be the cause for the same, but presently there is no infection. This is called as non-infective inflammation. Now, this is the actual cause for the autoimmunity. The question is, when we talk about Nija Vyadhis and Agantuja Vyadhis, if you take in case of fever itself, Nija causes and Agantuja causes. Mostly the Agantuja causes, what fever actually we will routine get in the clinical practice, like bacterial fever, viral fever, or some other fevers, parasitic fevers. So basically they are of Agantuja cause. Okay, bacteria, virus, they are from coming from the outside inside the body and causing the fever, because these are all the Agantuja causes for the fever. Then questions, what is the Nija cause for the fever? Nija is also one of, that means without infection, how can there will be a fever? Isn't it? Nija cause. Nothing is coming from the outside. Now, this explains the concept of immunological fevers. When I say Nija Karanas of Jwara, they are nothing but the causes for the immunological fever. Different organisms which are coming from the outside, they can come inside the body and go back, but the effect on the immune system will be there, and it start behaving wrong way or in a faulty way, and that leads to this problem. So these are the Nija Karanas of Nija Karanas are nothing but the causes of immunological cause. Now, if you look into obesity, if you look into diabetes mellitus, these are not actually, or hypertension, these are not caused by any Agantuja causes, not by bacteria, etc. This is caused by our own body problem. So when I say Nija problems, either we have to take the autoimmune disorders which are relevantly, which are prevalent, very prevalent in the clinical practice, or some of the lifestyle disorders like hypertension, diabetes mellitus, obesity, etc. This is one concept of autoimmunity in our body. Okay. Another concept is, when I say autoimmune, it is the problem with our immune system only. Our immune system is causing the problem. Immune system is misdiagnosing or misinterpreting the things. Hence, immune system, when it is behaving wrongly, we have the concept of prajnaparada, isn't it? Prajnaparada, dhairya, that means the dhi, then di, dhriti, and smriti. So these three are when disturbed. Usually the person will have prajnaparada. Karma yat kurute ashubham sarvadosha prakopanam. Okay, so person is not able to identify the things in a correct way, appreciate the things in the correct way, hence he commit mistakes. A similar thing can be also attributed to the single cell. When a single cell, which is actually can represent a whole body, isn't it? In single cell organisms like microorganisms, there is only single cell which is doing all the work. Similarly, now the body, millions of single cells are present. When a cell behave in a wrong way, for example, immune cell, it start behaving in a wrong way. It is not able to identify its own body structures. It is not able to identify its own friends, okay, or own body proteins, etc. And thinking that they are the enemies will go and disturb. This is actually again a loss of prajna, okay. So it has lost the insight, lost the insight. Okay, so prajnaparada can occur in the psychological level. Prajnaparada can also occur in the physical level in each and every cell. So this prajnaparada which is happening in individual cells like immune cells may lead to autoimmunity. So these are the two possible explanations which we get for the autoimmunity in Ayurveda. Another important is when we talk about Amavata. See, Amavata is a condition where the Agni Dushti takes place first and Dosha Dushti takes place later. There are so many conditions. There are, see, Ama Atisara, okay, or Amavata. These are some of the conditions where before Dosha Dushti, Agni Dushti takes place. Okay, Dosha Dushti takes place next. So these conditions, the formation of Ama, that can be also taken as some of the autoimmune concept. So anyway, this is just an effort to identify the probability of that means concept of understanding the concept of autoimmunity in our sense for the beginners, so this is definitely this should be subjected to uh, more refreshment. Okay, so it has to be refreshed. Okay, just for the understanding purpose I have given this idea. Thank you very much. Again, we will meet in another class.